Okay. Well, once again, I just want to thank everybody on this call. I thank all of the leaders. As all of you know, this last month we changed the Maximize Monday to be an inspiring, motivating, and educating call by all of your leaders. And you can see some of them there, pictures up on the screen. And so excited that we've all come together. And every week you are going to hear from a different leader about a different topic. And, of course, our first Monday night call of every month is Founders Night. And that's an evening when one of our founders joins us to share what's going on at Zango, what's happening in our world and things that are coming. And tonight we have none other than business partner, founder, and friend, Beverly Hollister. And, of course, all of you, I know there's not anybody on the phone that doesn't know Beverly Hollister. She's been so active in our products and development and, of course, flying around the world to meet with everyone. And she has a special place in her heart for working with women and has done so with us for years. So with that, Beverly Hollister, are you on the phone?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, this most powerful woman in direct sales for several years. We're excited to hear from you this evening and have you share with us what's happening and what's on your heart.
Well, we have lots of great things happening with Zango, and I just wanted to share, just from my heart, a little bit tonight about, after being in this industry, it's hard to believe it's almost been 20 years or more, and I love it. There's no other industry I'd rather be a part of and no other company. And thank you, Carolyn, and thank all of you United leaders for having leadership calls on Monday night, because it's so important for us to come together and share and expand and grow and uplift. As I was really asking for some wisdom on the message, and then I do want to share some other good news about our upcoming meetings as well as on our PICS line. But I wanted to just share from my heart. Many of you know my story from convention of what I call just living in your truth and living a phenomenal life, no matter what is going on in the world or in politics, or even as we are creating business together as entrepreneurs. So really living in your truth is where I want to talk about. And I want to start first with my story. I'm very flattered that you call me a founder, but I was not one of the original 6 founders. And the reason I was not is because I chose to listen to my higher self, my intuition, my truth. When Aaron and Joe and Gordon approached me, and of course approached Gary, there would have been nothing more than I would rather have done at that point in time than to join these young men that I loved and honored and had worked with. I knew their business ethics. I knew their intention. I knew their vision, and I knew what would happen. But as I spent some quiet time and still time really asking for the right answers, for the right timing, I knew Carolyn, and I knew leaders, and that's why I'm saying listen to your intuition, listen to your truth. It will never steer you wrong. And so the answer I really got is you've made a commitment. There are millions of other distributors in this other company around the world depending on you. You cannot walk out and leave them. You have an honor. You have an ethical code to live by, and you need to fulfill what you promised you would fulfill. That was the message, not in those words, but that was the message that I was getting. And I'm thinking, you're kidding me, right? Are you serious? Although I was very happy, very successful. I was the CMO of this publicly held network marketing company that was pretty prominent, very prominent in the world, and we were launching. I had still committed to launch in Korea and other large countries. And so when I went back to Aaron and to Joe and to Gordon, I said, it's just not the right time for me. And I didn't know if they would ever understand, ever forgive me, but I was living in my truth, which was one of the hardest things. because the easy thing would have been to walk away from my responsibilities, to walk away from my word, because I wanted to be an original sixth founder with this company. And I listened. I listened to my higher self. I listened to my divine creator, and I knew the truth. And that's what I guarantee you, if you do that in your Zango business, you will always live a phenomenal, phenomenal life. So one of my great mentors shared a poem with me. I'm afraid I was not as conscious and aware in 1978 because I was a new mom and I was working a part-time job trying to keep up with a new baby. And her name was Maya Angelou. And when I read this poem, I think of Zango. I think of Zango because it represents everything that we're about. The intention of Zango was to bless. The intention of Zango was to nourish. The intention of Zango was to give freedom and joy and abundance to everyone. And that's the creation, and that's where Zango started. It was never started to come in and make a quick buck, flip it, and burn it. It was always there for long-term growth, long-term success, that we could all grow and expand and learn from each other and grow and bless the world and become a global. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I tell them it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips, because I'm a phenomenal woman. That's the energy that I feel from Zango as the queen of fruits when she comes into someone's life. And when Maya Angelou wrote this poem, Phenomenal Woman, it was not about the body of a woman. It was about the truth of who each of us are as human beings. In 1978, women were not unequal in the marketplace. She didn't write it for the black woman. She didn't write it for the white woman, the single woman, the mom. She wrote it for every man and woman alive, to know who we are at our core and to be phenomenal and to live up to that. So as the poem goes on, it says, I walk into a room, and this is what I call the swagger of Zango. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellas stand or they fall down on their knees, and they swarm around me like a hive of honeybees. It's the energy, it's the being, it's the essence of who Zango and who each of you are. Whoa, I say. It's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth and the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. Because you see, I'm a woman. I'm a phenomenal, phenomenal woman. That's me. And that's what Zango vibrates and represents. It's the queen of fruits. It is a company where other companies say, what is it about that Zango company? What is it about that swagger? Now you could, in going and reading down about the poem is really to be yourself, to love and to honor and to know yourself. And this has come from years of wisdom from men and women alike. And so is in leadership today, as we start in our Zango business, as we search to grow, and as crisis comes in our lives, no matter what that form of crisis is, my billionaire mentor shared something with me. Go back to that truth. Just like I did 14 years ago when my partners came to me, the easy thing would have been for me to walk away from that other company because I love these men. I wanted to be with them. I knew their intention. But my truth said, you have business ethics. You have honor. You've given your word. You have distributors all over the world that are relying on you. Do the right thing. And I did. And I listened to my truth until I knew was the time. And it was a beautiful parting. And I was able to leave and come to Zango. I am not one of the original founders. And when y'all introduce me as a founder, sometimes I quiver a little because I am not. But what happened was, when there was a crisis with Zango, and one of the original founders betrayed his partners, in my opinion, that's of course my personal opinion, it gave me the opportunity, from the years of working, to invest my money in his stock. And not only be an owner of Zango with my husband Gary Hollister, who was one of the original founders, but to really be a fuller owner of this company. And I know that was that is what I call living a phenomenal life. Because when we do the right thing, and nobody can tell you what the right thing is, it's your truth inside of you. When you try to do something or listen. You know, I see Zango as the company of this beautiful spirit, knowing she is phenomenal. She has blessed us. She has blessed lives. She has blessed hungry children around the world and nursing moms. The queen of fruits, the foundation of the mangosteen. And when you get into that flow of knowing that phenomenal energy, that phenomenal life force of who Zango really is, the intention of the company to bless lives on every level, know who you are. I know who I am, and I know who I belong to. I am a child of my divine creator. Now, many of you that have been in some of our women's meetings, you've heard me talk about there are no accidents. And none of you on this phone call is an accident. You have a calling in this beautiful life experience, and you are phenomenal. Listen to your truth. Listen to the truth and the vibration of Zango. Be yourself in your business. Align with who you are and that magnificent being. And if you live in that truth, all along the way, you will be blessed phenomenally again and again. It's when we get out of that flow, out of that truth, is when we're not listening and we're not blessed. And we're not blessed financially as well when we get out of that flow. So that is one thing that my mentor has shared with me. And as long as I really listen, I am blessed again and again and again. You know, we all know this, but life unfolds according to each of our own truths. I can't tell you what your truth is, but you know it. You're creating your reality as you think. And as you act upon those thoughts, you're creating your reality as you think and as you act upon those thoughts. Are you thinking fear? Are you thinking love? Are you thinking swagger? Are you thinking that you're phenomenal? Claim that. Claim that you're phenomenal. Read that poem again and again and again until you really know it. Every thought and every action and feeling. And what happens with that, the universe reflects back to us and is constantly giving us whatever we are creating. So in my book, the reality starts with me. And in your book, the reality starts with you. Your intention to do well, to create, to bless lives, to be alive, to create abundance, to show someone how to grow and expand and be self-reliant, and to be a force for good. That's why we were all attracted to Zango, really. But not just for the money, but we were really attracted to bless lives and have an opportunity to earn and to create welfare, whether it's $100 extra a month for a single mom or $500 extra a month or whatever it is. The way to your own truth is to be yourself and really know yourself and be that phenomenal man and woman that you were created to be. And that's what my billionaire mentor keeps sharing with me again and again. Become more of who you are because you're one in a million. The world is really waiting for you to show that talent. And remember, I've always said this, that one sperm and that egg that created you was one in millions and millions and millions. You are not an accident. There are no accidents. Your life is special, and what you can contribute to Zango is unique. It is so unique. You matter, and your life matters. And this is the phenomenal Zango. She is phenomenal. She's blessed all of us. And as we align with this phenomenal energy, we become that. When we align with fear or thoughts of abandonment or whatever it is that we align with in our lives, we attract more of that. Claim that phenomenal energy, align with who you are. And I've always said this. I love the relationships, the sacred journeys. It's been such a blessing in my life, and I want to thank each of you. We honor your births. We pray for families. When any of one of our Zango distributors is struck with sickness or illness or something, a tragedy happens in their family, we rally. We send love. We send prayers. We want the best for humanity, and that's what I love most about Zango. And I want you to know this. I can say this with my partners. They want you to live your phenomenal life. Zango was created to give you that opportunity to fulfill your highest calling, to develop your mind, to bless your body through nutrition, and to expand and grow to your true self and your spirit. We love creating products that will bless your life. And that's the reason for PICS, because we really wanted to go back to always our intention of blessing lives and people getting fast results like with our Zango juice. If there was anything I could say is don't waste time. Each of us is given a limited amount of time on this earth, and you deserve to live that phenomenal, phenomenal life and live in your truth. Don't listen to lies. People, I received a note this morning from a distributor that's working very hard, and she was very discouraged because one of her brand new distributors who's just become a 1K is being mocked and maligned by her friends and telling them, oh my goodness, what are you getting into, some kind of cult or something? And just tell her to listen to her truth. She started on this path because she has a higher vision of what she can do to help other people. And I always say, how do you know the truth for you? That's because it feels right. How did I know the truth to stay with this other company when my precious, dear best friends and my brothers and the men that I adore and respect so much in business started Zango? How did I know? I listened. I listened. I became still. I didn't just pray, I listened. And I knew. You always know your truth. And move in the direction of love. It always moves you to the highest vibration. And if you don't know what to do, get still. Because your truth is what will always guide you in your life. And I know that's what these men do. And I love them and I honor them, my partners. And I love and honor each of you. I thank you. You know, we have people come and go in Zango. We have many distributors that have been with us and left Zango over the past 14 years, and we're very grateful for each and every one of them because their truth led them to something else at the time, and we honor that. When I tell you that I live a phenomenal life, I'm not saying that crisis doesn't come into my life, but no matter when crisis does come into my life, I look at it and I look at me and I ask, what is this here to teach me? And when you do that, it kind of lessens the blow a little bit because we always already know if we're really listening to our higher self and our higher truths. And it helps me to be accountable. So I just want to thank and honor each of you. And thank you for being attracted to this phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal entity, this phenomenal woman. And the reason I call her a woman is because she has brought all of us in, and she's birthed beautiful healings. She's birthed beautiful abundance. She's birthed beautiful joy, tears of joy, beautiful relationships for all of us. And she deserves to be honored. She deserves to be held in an esteem of that phenomenal woman. And we just thank each of you for helping to create and be a part of that. So that was really, when I got down on my knees and asked, what is the message? It's really following your truth. I wish, Carolyn, that I could say, and to all of you United leaders on the call, that I was one of the original founders, but I was not. but because I listened to my truth, my life has been more blessed than even if I had come in the beginning, because learning to really listen and to align and to create. And that's why we have the fix line today, because we listened, we stepped back, and we thought, how do we serve these amazing distributors that deserve the best, and all of their millions that deserve the best. So I just wanted to share quickly, Pix is going like crazy. We've already had our third manufacturing, and we're starting our fourth batching. And I wish you could see where we manufacture. We have beautiful, beautiful music that plays anywhere from symphonies to prayers and meditation. We blend it all. We write on each of the manufacturing vats that we have as we're pulling the beautiful nutrients out of each organic herb, and we see the blessings that this will share for each of you. It's not about us. It never has been. Zango is about spreading life. It's about spreading hope. It's about spreading opportunity. It's about getting into alignment with your truth and living your truth and living to your highest calling with blessing and nutrition and abundance. So thank you for allowing me to share with you on this Monday night. I love you. I honor you. And I'm so grateful that I'm in each of your lives.
Well, Beverly, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I thank you. I thank you for sharing from your heart. I know it was meaningful to everybody on the call. I would just jump back into a little different space here. So excited about the fact that we are now into our third run. I do know that we have run into lots of people that have not yet ordered their picks, and I would tell you that it is going to surprise you when you get into them for two reasons. Number one, what they are going to do for you, and number two, the affordability of this product is bar none to anything I've ever I've ever experienced in the way of cost of tinctures. I can tell you that for sure.
Yes, yeah, especially quality and organic.
Yes. So is there any kind of a teaser you can throw out to when we might see? I know that a lot of people haven't started using these. They've only been out. But, we have talked about eventually having 24, 30 of them, whatever, over the next period of time. But I do know you're working on some. Is there anything you can say about that?
We are. In fact, I was sitting around with my partners today, and it was fun to see Joe share some with Kent. And then we're definitely working on additions, so look forward to that. And this month we will be releasing, opening it up. I think it's maybe mid-month that you'll be able to purchase. If you go through Calm like crazy, or Genius like crazy, or Digestive, or Slumber, you'll be able to order these in sets or groups, or as many as you want. So these really are very powerful. Because it's we call it constituents. All of the magnificence of each herb is actually in the alcohol tincture. So it's a very powerful blend, and you will feel it immediately. And it's I shared most recently with a medical doctor. I was with her in South America, and I had my picks with me. And she, our little digestive systems are a little bit more tender in this end than in South America. So I had shared Digestive with her in Slumber, and she sent me a text recently. I need more of these. I've got to order. I really want these. So to answer your question, yes, there are new formulas in the mix, and it's going to be, again, our goal initially was we start with the brain health, and it is for all of us. Calm. If you don't even have anxiety, take it every day, because we are always living in a fight or flight environment. And then, of course, the digestion. You are what you digest. I don't have any digestion problems that I know of. However, I want every nutrient that I put into my body to be absorbed by my body. So I recommend take advantage of this beautiful formula that helps with the digestion. And then, of course, slumber. Oh, I love my slumber. And they're beautiful, beautiful formulas that act very fast. And put it in Zango is so easy to do. I mix a lot of mine together, but that is me personally because, as you know me personally, Carolyn, I take a lot of tinctures anyway because you've traveled with me previous.
Yes. But like I've told people before, other tinctures that I take from our other source doesn't want you to put a lot of them in anything.
Correct.
And you really have to learn, if you mix them all together, then you only have to choke them down once. They don't have the greatest taste, but so to me, I think ours are great. So,
ours are actually very, very delicious with each one. And I will tell you, with the background of Joe, my previous background, we were the world's largest nutrition company in the world. We did a lot of herbs. I was able to work with over 300 different PhDs, and our goal was always focused on alternative health. So Joe and I worked very, very closely together, as well as along with some other team members on, for example, with the slumber, we knew we wanted valerian, we knew we wanted chamomile, we knew we wanted hops, passion flower, lavender, and skullcap. And then, of course, with the genius, it was so easy with ginkgo and Siberian ginseng and peppermint and cinnamon and rosemary. So we had so much fun creating these formulas and working and going back and forth. And we really chose, there's so many wonderful herbs you can use, but we were very, very selective because we didn't want any herbs that may have any adverse reactions to any of you. So we spent weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks in research going through every single one of them. And so these were created with love, handcrafted with love, and lots of expertise, not just love, but a lot of brilliance as well. Yes, we do have more coming, and the men are going to love it, and the women. That's a teaser.
Okay, let me see. Put that one on the back burner, you guys, and just kind of imagine what it could be, and we'll move forward. So, Beverly, I want to thank you for coming on this evening and taking your time with us. We really appreciate it. And if you have any final statement to make, please make it, and we will let you go. And thank you for taking your time.
Well, I will say this: be a product of the product. If you have not ordered picks, if you have not ordered, you cannot sell anything from a truth or share it unless you experience it. So going back to my main message is live in your truth. And number one rule is be a product of the product and have your own store. So keep things ready, because these picks are so easy. Our business is built with storytelling and people sharing their experiences. So Pix is one that's a great introduction, and anyone can feel a difference immediately. And thank you for allowing me to share.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, you guys, I feel like I'm jumping into things now, kind of taking away from the beautiful message, but we do running out of time here. So let me quickly say, a couple of people are asking, where do you find the recordings? If you have never gone to Zango United, probably the first time you're going to have to put in www.facebook.com/Zango United. However, once you've done it one time, all you have to do is type in Zango United, go to the Events tab, and all of the calls we have done since last October are all on their archive. So you can go to any week, any topic, any speaker. And they're generally, I've been finding that I've been getting notice from Sandy the next day. Now, I'm not going to commit her to that, because I always tell people they're going to be on there between 48 and 72 hours. But Sandy and Collie have been right on it this last few weeks, and they've been there early the next day, early afternoon the next day. So Zango United on Facebook. Okay, next slide, please. And the great new shopping cart, as you know, Collie gave us some training on that a couple weeks ago, so very thrilled about that. Make sure you're getting in your back office so you can see how to use it. You can do it off your laptop, your iPad, or your mobile phone because they've got it on an app, which is really super. And next slide, please. Power Up, don't forget. There are 4 packages that have just been introduced. I believe they're only good through September, I think. And you can go and get, available, in the U.S. only. And it excludes Hawaii. You can call in from Hawaii to get them. And you can go through and see the different packages, what they include, what the cost is, and the bonuses that are available. Here's the website. I love Sandy's little thing. She keeps me going here. Zango.com. That's kind of a long one. So if you want to take just a second there, Sandy, to let them have a few minutes. Oh, she's going to move it for us. There you go. If you want to highlight it and put it on your desktop right now, you can do that. So make sure you're familiar with these. They're great programs, especially for the new beginning distributors to get a little bit more money in their hands quickly and get them excited. What is that we always say? Sign them up and get them their first check. That's what's important. Okay, next slide, please. Uh-oh, she's doing something here. Okay, and my very favorite, of course, pericarp oil and the Brighton. There's new pricing. These are amazing products. For those of you that have never really gotten into the pericarp oil or the Brighton, you are truly missing something. I probably go through 2 bottles a month, so I am one of those that's really excited about the new pricing, going to $45 from $78. And then, of course, your packages, if you buy the 2 together, that's $80, and they were $150. So I can tell you, I happen to be one of those people that is like, really? I am ordering 2 to 3 at a time now instead of just 1 a month or 2 a month. So exciting pricing on that. Don't forget, we still have our Prevail program with the different pricing and the savings, as long as, they're buy 2, get 1 free, buy 2, get 1 free, all the way down the road until we run out. And a lot of people have wondered about the detox. They love the detox. Well, I will share with you that the digestive drops takes care of the detox. Not the same way, but definitely you will find that the digestive will help you in that area. So make sure you try them. Next slide, please. And then, of course, our Eris. Canada, of course, remains in the NFR pricing. So be sure that you are checking on your Eris for the special pricing on Eris, saving money and free shipping and handling on some of the packages. So if you have not had a chance to try it, I love it. Here's your new product sheet. Go in your back office. Everything is updated. All the new prices as of July are listed there for you, the wholesale, retail, and the volume that comes with them. And then, of course, we have Paradise coming up, that trip. Many of you that are going are already all registered and signed up and ready to go, but now you can start getting ready for the next trip, which will be this one is in September for this year, but next year it will be in August of 2017. So they're going to start the qualifications for that at the Paradise trip in September, and it'll go all the way through till August of 2017. So start watching for information on the 2017 if you did not make this one, or to get to go on that one after this one. I know some of them will be going for their second trip and will plan on their third. Don't forget to go to ZangoPowerOf3.com so you can get recordings, trainings, information on the distributor kit. Everything's in there for you to get people started. Okay? Power of 3. Summer Sizzle. This is a summer sizzle. This is it. Picks. Love it. Love the pics. Don't forget. Plan A, graduate with a degree. Get a job that pays far less than you're worth. Get on the 40-40-40 plan, 40 hours a week, 40 years, 40%. Live on 40% of your income. Retire broke and frustrated. We know a lot of people that have lived that way. It's the way we were taught. You don't have to. What do you want in your life in the next 5 years? 60 months, that's only 60 months away, or 1,825 days. I love this. 43,800 hours is 5 years from now. That's how much time you have, 43,000 hours, 43,800 hours, to put yourself in a position to be someplace in 5 years that you are not today and cannot get to if you stay doing what you're doing. So let's not be one of the millions that must work forever, unless you're workaholics like Sandy Cohen and myself that just love working. I don't know what else I do. I love what I do. So you guys, be specific. Set your goals. I don't care who you talk to in business. The first thing they will say, what are your goals? They have to be specific, measurable, achievable, and realistic. Get with your upline. They will tell you what's realistic and what is not realistic, and they have to have a time set. If you don't set a time, there is no goal, because you're saying, I'll reach it when I reach it, if I reach it, maybe. Set a goal, be specific, and work with your upline. They'll help you to make this road to success. Okay. Well, I think that's about it. The way to get started, I love this, Walt Disney. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. I talked to somebody the other day that said she hasn't been active, and she knows that, she's trying to go to the 2017 convention, and hopefully by then she'll get back into it. That is not someone that's ready to be in business. If you're ready to be in business and change your life, you have to quit talking about it and begin doing it. Everybody have an amazing week, a blessed week. I want to thank you all for joining us. Can't wait for next Monday night. Have a wonderful week. Thank you. Good night.